Today on the Bearded Gents Present, we're going to talk about the Sega Master System. This is one of my most beloved systems that I own. This was my very first console. I have a lot of good memories when it comes to Sega Master System. This was my first console I ever owned. I got it for Christmas. I thought maybe I should ask for Nintendo. That'd be cool because that's what everybody had, but I got a Sega and I could not have been happier. Because some of the games that came out on this thing were just awesome. And that's kind of what made me the Sega guy in my circle of friends. So now let's talk about some games. Here are some Sega Master System highlights. These were some of the favorite games I played when I was a kid. Double Dragon for the Sega Master System was awesome. You could play it 2 players. Like they say, Sega does what Nintendo don't. Because you couldn't do that in the Nintendo version. You only could play 2 people in mode B, and you had to be the same character and fought each other. There's no fun in that. This game was designed and meant to be played with 2 people. Then Power Strike, one of the best shooters on the system. Then Bomberade, another great shooter. I had a lot of good times with this game, but pretty much you were screwed once you died after you got the Phoenix gun because you were unstoppable with it and it took forever to gain it back. So there's a cheat code in that game where you can start at any level, but it's pretty much useless because you can't power up your weapon with a cheat code, or you can't get powerful enough in the later levels to actually be useful. I am going to do videos on these games later, but this is not the ones I'm going to talk about today. And here are 3 more games. Action Fighter, a great Spy Hunter style game, very fun, also a little hard and addicting because one hit kills, the side of the road kills you, everything kills you. If you don't wait for your fuel truck to stop, that kills you if you hit it. And then there's Spider-Man for the Sega Master System, which later in his life becomes Spider-Man vs. the Kingpin for the Genesis. Then that gets ported to the Sega CD. These versions are all a little bit different. I'm going to do a retrospective on these because these were really good Spider-Man games. But really, you have to make 3 different versions of the same game. But, they're worth having. And then what we're talking about today is Cyborg Hunter. Cyborg Hunter, I played a ton when I was a kid. Probably second to Cyborg Hunter was Rampage on the system. Power Strike, Bomberade, both games I played a ton of. Double Dragon, like I already stated. But Cyborg Hunter, I always came back to. There were some gimmicks in this game that were just really cool. And just look at that cover art. Sega Master System was not known for their cover art, but that's a pretty metal cover, if I do say so myself. Like a lot of Sega Master System games that came to America, this was based off an anime. So the name and some of the plot points were changed for the American release, but still was a really cool game. And Activision just published it for America. Sega is the one that actually made the game. They published it in Europe and in Japan. But if they're out there and they watch this game deserves a great sequel. Even a remake of sorts, which has been really popular lately. But this is a franchise they should come back to, because this game was a lot of fun. You can see here real quick in the manual for your weapons, you have a normal punch, understandable, then a psycho punch, and a psycho gun, ray gun, light gun, and a bomb. But psycho punch, who does this guy think he is? M. Bison from Street Fighter? YouTube, get ready to check out. Now we're going to put Cyborg Hunter in the Sega Master System. But before we actually start playing this game, I'm going to make a quick side note here. As you can see, the reset is on the console, which makes sense. That's where they're always located. But the pause button is also located on the console. You can see here on this controller that I just recently purchased from a Goodwill for $2.99, there's no start or select on the controller. It's your general knockoff or, NES clone controller. Nice little square brick, 2 buttons, but button 1 also works as your start button, which doesn't make a lot of sense. if you grew up playing an NES, but you know, you got to work with what you get. But now back to the pause button. Because how are you supposed to hit that pause button when you're playing the game if it's on the console? You're supposed to get up from your couch, your chair to hit that? Well, what I did when I was a kid, I had my TV set up. You know, I thought it was pretty genius the way I had my TV set up. I had everything kind of pulled out forward, the cables hooked to the TV, the power pack, pulled the console out, so when I was in my favorite gaming chair, which yes, was one of those rocker, low-sung video game chairs. I still need to get another one. They're amazing. But you could get this console close enough that you could just reach out with your toe and hit the pause button. If you had to go get something to eat, take a leak, whatever. That was the easiest way to do it. So, all the complaints you hear about the Master System's pause button, quick fix, just get the console closer to you, hit it with your foot. You know, you can do it fast enough, you're not going to end up killing yourself and your game or dying because you can't pause it fast enough. Use your toe. So, that's my helpful tip of the day in this video. I lied. I have 2 tips in this video. Since this game actually requires 2 controllers, which I'll get to later, I'm actually using my 3-button Sega Genesis controller, also a recent pickup from a Goodwill for $2.99 because you cannot have too many controllers. Anytime I see cheap controllers, I always buy them. But these do work just fine on your Sega Master System. There's 1 or 2 games that do not detect this and you have to use the old style 2-button controller, but I'm using this for my inventory because you have to navigate your inventory in this game on a second controller because you do not have enough buttons on the standard controller. Alright, here you can see that we got the intros coming in. Pretty cool detailed picture of your paladin in his armor. Spinny things are always cool. Title screen, Cyborg Hunter. Let's storm the Cyborg Fortress. And as you go through, you get this alarm. Gives you helpful tips. Choose your cohort from your base that helps you know what's going on. Bad guys in Area G. You gotta go from Area A. A little bit like Metroid. You got certain items in certain sections that you need to get. Like there's a shield here that you need to get through and you can't get past it any farther. You pretty much go through the alphabet, but you pretty much have to go through the alphabet, and you have a map so you don't actually have to write one. And you can see there's a white dot in the upper corner. That means there's a cyborg chief coming after me. And they're a little bit harder to take care of, so I'm going to switch to my menu here. I'm going to go down to my Cycle Punch. And you can see if you have that, it takes you a little bit faster to kill off the harder guys. I'm going to go in this elevator. And I just dropped the bomb, which was probably not good because I needed that. So in this one, we can go all the way up to level 4. So we're going to do that. Hit button 2. Mouse effect was actually referencing Cyborg Hunter, but it makes me happy if they did. Because I really wish to see this, I really would like to see this game come back. I have a lot of good memories with it. And there's a shield. So pretty much the first couple sections of the game are a little slow just to get you used to it, but it does pick up. But this definitely gives you the gist of the game. And I'm almost out of my PP. I mean Cycle Punch. But when I get back to my original area, I should get another message to give me a couple hints on what's coming up next. And now you can see I've completely depleted my Cycle Punch. And I just picked up a bomb and wasted it again. Because your bombs are mapped to your up button. Yeah, and these blue gargoyle dudes, they suck. And it's pretty easy to find out if you what icons you want to pick up, because if there's a giant P on the ground, that Cycle Punch, giant L, life. Pretty easy to figure out. That's what it is. I see that my counter there is back to 0. That means all of the chiefs have been taken out. So I can now return to the front foyer. Because you have to kill all the guys that show up on your radar in white. Those are your cyborg chiefs, to clear the area to move on to the next. But since I kind of miscalculated here, these guys are probably going to kill me. So I'm just going to try to get out of here, so you guys can see what is all in store in this game. If I remember how to work the elevator. And items do respawn, so if you go up to an elevator and come back, you can pick up more life or pick up more more Cycle Punch. And I haven't got that ID card yet, so I can't open the door for the next batch of levels. But so you said you work your way, kind of Metroid style, back and forth through each level, getting all the items, killing all the chiefs, to get to the section boss. Finally, all building up to your final showdown in level G. But that is Cyborg Hunter. If you can find this game, I recommend that you pick it up. It is a lot of fun. So we just took a look at Cyborg Hunter. I said I had a lot of good memories with this game. Lots of fun. Can't recommend it enough. Definitely check it out. If you have a Master System, it is a hidden gem for the Master System. You know, definitely pick it up and play it. Like this video if you want to. Share it. Subscribe to my channel. You can check us out on Twitter. It is at the Bearded Game Gent. You can go to our Facebook. Check out what we got going on there. It's the Bearded Gents Present on Facebook. Just search it, we come right up. I post things on there like updates for videos, collection photos, general stuff that's going on. Same thing with the Twitter. You know, I'm on there fairly often, so definitely check that out if you like us. And I got some t-shirts for the Bearded Gents Present. They're on Teesprings. Check those out. Pick up a shirt if you want to. They're only 12 bucks. You can help support us. We can make more videos. And thanks for watching. And I post a video every week. YouTube, thanks for watching. And stay tuned for more Bearded Gents Present.